What's up, besties? It's Ashley with AMCX Studio, and I am here with another Etsy related video. So everyone tells you what you should do when you sell on Etsy. They give you best practices, things to look out for. They tell you about your SEO, your photos, and all that stuff. And we got our own video like that. But if you're looking for the things not to do, yeah, that's right, what not to do when you're selling on Etsy, then you're gonna kind of want to watch this video. The first thing that you do not want to do, let me repeat that, do not do this at all. Do not join the like ladders. Now, when you think about it, like ladders are pretty cool. And if you don't know what that is, it's you like something, I like you stuff, you like my stuff, and we kind of like share in a mutual favoriting for favorites kind of thing. And while on the surface it seems like it's a good idea, what you are basically doing is getting people to like your stuff who are not actually interested in your products. And it's cool to see the numbers rise. I'm not even gonna lie, I participated in things like this when I first started, so it's cool. Like, your heart flutters, you're like, yeah, look at all these numbers and stuff, but it does you no good. One, you're putting yourself out there for people that don't really care what you have to say. They don't really care what you're selling. Like, it's giving you no benefits in that sense. Like, those people are not going to be your customers. They're just there because they're benefiting from you also liking their stuff. The other thing that it's doing is it's showing Etsy that there is a huge influx of people going to this particular listing. Like, they're coming to check out this phone, but no one is buying the phone. What's wrong with the phone? Is there something wrong with the phone? We're not going to show this listing. That's what you're doing more damage than good when you join those like ladders. And it kind of goes the same way for like the buy-in groups. Like, I buy your product, you buy my product, because you know your product more than anybody, so you know the level of care and attention that you're putting into the stuff that you're selling. You buying someone else's thing, where like some of the buy-in things that I've seen, like, you spend $10, you get a $10 product back. The $10 product that you're putting out, worth its weight in gold. The $10 product that you're getting back, you might not be happy with. And although you're getting a sale, you're kind of putting yourself in a bad spot. Not even like as far as Etsy algorithm or anything like that. You're just not doing yourself any justice by buying something to get someone else to buy from you. It's, I don't know, like, it might be unpopular opinion, but I couldn't imagine paying someone to buy my stuff. I don't want to encourage you guys to do that. So take this one for what it is. You don't have to listen to it, but I would not participate in buy-in groups because it just doesn't make sense. Another thing not to do when you're starting your Etsy shop or when you're selling on Etsy, do not underprice yourself. What are you doing? Why would you want to put yourself in a position where you can't make a profit? And if you go to raise your prices later, like, you get like a weird look like this. Like, I can't believe this. Don't undercut yourself. It's not a race to the bottom. You know what you put into that product. You know how much time, the effort, the money, the level of skill that it took. Don't undervalue your work by making it the cheapest thing on the market. It's not worth it, and it's not sustainable. You can't maintain growth and push your business to like the depths that you want it to go if you're going to sell your stuff for like $20 cheaper than your competitors. It just doesn't make sense. You also, sorry, I'm looking at my notes because I don't want to forget anything, because I wrote everything down, because Space Cadet. And I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys all the things. So if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm trying to follow my notes that I wrote down. Another thing that you do not want to do not compare yourself to someone else's business. Now, this is kind of like a double-edged sword, because you want to understand the market, you want to understand the niche that you're in, what's setting other people apart, what you can do better at. Like, there's a certain level of market research that goes into a comparison mentality, but don't get so stuck on that where you're downgrading your business and you're like talking bad to yourself because Sally Sticker Shop over here is making $50,000 a year selling this one sticker, and you can't even make $100 selling 500 stickers. It doesn't matter what her journey is, it matters what your journey is. You need to focus on being the best version of you, making sure your shop is the best thing that you are putting out there. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing, because they're not you. You don't know their marketing. You don't know if they're putting out tons of dollars in advertising. You don't know their social media game. You don't know the entire story. You only see the tip of the iceberg, the successful part of the iceberg. You don't know everything that's underneath the water, what they've done, what they have going on. You worry about you. Stay in your lane. Focus on growing your business to the best of your ability. Now, every now and then, check in with your competitors. See what's going on. See if there's a new trend that you just happen to miss out. But then get back in your shop and stay on your grind, because it's not doing you any good to compare yourself to anyone other than the version that you were yesterday, or you were last month, or last year, or 3 years from now. Make sure you're focusing on growing yourself, not anyone else. Another thing that you do not want to do not respond to negative reviews or negative messages right then. I cannot tell you the number of times that I have gotten a message or a review and I've wrote up like this scathing thing, and then I just had to stop and take a minute and delete it, because it's not gonna help. You being upset, just as upset, matching their energy, it's not gonna help your business. You're gonna look a little crazy, especially if they screenshot things, because things can be edited and screenshot. And although it can be frustrating to know that you worked really hard on an item and someone was like 1 star, I know that it's frustrating, but there's a reason why they felt the way that they felt. Take a moment, step back, look outside of yourself and look and see, like, did I do something wrong? Did I drop the ball somewhere? What exactly are they upset about? Relate to them, because you know that you've bought stuff from Amazon, from Walmart, from Target. You know that you've gone through the drive-thru at McDonald's a few times and they've messed up your order. And while irritated, you're like, I'm never shopping at Walmart again. I'm never gonna go through Amazon again. You ultimately end up going back. Like, I have ordered so many double cheeseburgers after they've totally messed up the order, or like cold fries. And the point is, you don't know what happened. You want to make sure that you understand from their point of view. They could have been having a bad day. Don't let their bad day mess up your day. Take at least a few hours to just digest, reflect, and come up with a solution that is going to not only benefit you and your mind and your business, but also benefit the customer. And if it was like a customer error kind of thing, consider what it would cost you to compromise with them, because people are more likely to talk bad about a business when they get bad things. Like when something bad happens to you, you immediately take to the internet. Some people do anyways. They immediately take to the internet to talk about, like, no, I had a terrible experience here. But when things are good, you don't really talk about that kind of stuff. So just consider the damage that it could do if you were to lash out at them. If it doesn't cost you an insane amount to like make them happy, just think about the kind of like repeat business that you could get from them or from word of mouth, and just, you know, good karma, because that is definitely a thing. There is a good karma cookie jar somewhere that you're just like stocking away, and one day you're gonna be able to cash in all those chips and things are gonna be great. So it's just one thing to consider. The biggest takeaway from this point is just do not post to negative reviews as soon as you get them. Take a moment to reflect. The next thing, don't let your customers tell you what kind of stuff you need to put in your shop. If it is a custom order, that's one thing. But if they're like, wow, you should totally sell this, because I really like this thing and I know other people are really gonna like it, without doing your research first. If it doesn't fit in your brand, if it's not in your niche, if it's nothing that you're interested in, don't just throw it up there because they're interested in it. Because there have been times where a customer has said to me, you should make this design because I know it will sell, and I've gone through the trouble of creating the design, and then it kind of flopped because I listened to one person. I didn't look at my sales, at the things that actually sold in my shop, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I totally agree with you. So just do your own research before you just go throwing things into your shop. It'll help you. The next thing is, don't go against your shop policies for anything. And I know that it kind of contradicts the taking a moment to breathe before we scream at somebody, but if you, in your policies, it's you can only return unused merchandise, make sure that the merchandise is unused. If your policies state, hey, once you receive it, if you don't contact me within so many days, that's it, my hands are clean, you now have this. If your policies, no refunds on custom orders, stick to that. Don't let the fear of having a negative review affect how you run your business, because custom orders absolutely should not ever get a refund. My daughter's name is kind of unique. It's Anara. So if I ordered something with Anara's name on it, I would not expect anyone to refund me my money because Anara no longer wanted a blanket with her name on it. That is my problem. Do not allow a customer's problem to become your problem. Stick with your shop policies. Make sure you fill those suckers out so that it's super clear. Fill out anything about returns, anything when it comes to custom orders, when it comes to shipping, stuff like that. Fill in all of that information and just refer back to that. And if a customer has an issue and it does go against your shop policies, refer back to those shop policies. Hey, just want to let you know, as per this policy here, you can see it here, this is how these situations are handled. The last thing you should not do is don't give up. As ridiculously cliche as that sounds, Etsy is not an overnight success. Now, granted, there are a few people that get on here and then they blow up overnight, and fantastic for them, jelly hardcore, but it is not gonna be every single person that signs up for Etsy is gonna blow up like that. It takes work. It is a long-term game. Etsy, Shopify, Amazon Handmade, anything like that, it is definitely a long-term goal. You don't get rich and famous just because you throw up one listing. You need months of trial and error and years of testing and playing around with different designs and exploring other options. Don't feel because after 30 days you haven't made any sales, this is a complete failure, because had I done that, I wouldn't be here. Had I given up 3 years ago, I wouldn't be making this YouTube video. I wouldn't be talking about what I'm doing in order to grow my business. Had I given up 2 years ago when I was only making $100 a month, I wouldn't be here. There's been so many times that I've just wanted to quit, but had I done that, I wouldn't be here with you guys. So I don't want you guys to feel like it's always gonna be cupcakes and rainbows, because it is not. We do eat cupcakes and we do ride rainbows, but it is not always that happy all the time. There are gonna be long days, long nights, terrible emails, but you just cannot give up. I hope that these 8 do nots haven't totally killed your mood, but I wanted to give you guys real information that I don't really find too much of on YouTube and in the blogs and stuff like that. Like, everyone wants to tell you what you should do. So I want to tell you what you shouldn't do. And I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you drop that little like thing, subscribe to this YouTube channel, check out my other socials over here, hang out on multiple platforms, and we do cool stuff. We just want to hang out. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the next